Hi everybody, thank you for joining me. This is Living Divinity. So, this is sort of an intuitive reading, and it may or may not be for you. I would imagine different portions of the reading will be, so just hang in there and listen to the whole reading. So, I want to begin by telling you, if you're here, you are divinely guided to see this reading. So some of you may be seeking, a love in your life. That's someone special that you will always cherish, and they will always cherish you. You might be seeking self-love, and again, it's going to be different for everybody. Some of you may want to mend a relationship that, maybe the bridge was burned. Some of you may be looking for a new love. I can tell you that it takes a lot of work. You have to move past fear. Sometimes you want to make changes in your life, or you're looking for that someone special. So what happens is that people, they might come off as dismissive to what you're looking for, or they may be, I don't even know about all the terms these days, gaslighting, reasons why you shouldn't move forward, reasons why you shouldn't change up. They are projecting their fears onto you, and they want to keep you stuck. They don't want you to do better than they're doing. Whatever the situation is, you have to decide, either you set your boundaries and stand firm, and realize that sometimes they're not hearing that. So you do have to make a decision to say, look, I've told you how I felt. I told you what I require for you to be in my presence. And you have gone over the boundaries so many times that I've decided that my life is more important without you in my life versus in my life. So I've been on a spiritual journey since about 2017, 2018. And, I kept people with me for security. And it wasn't really security, but it was the only security I knew. I had to break away. I had to release someone I was with for 18 years. And I released him with love, but I did have to sort of corner him to get him to realize that what it was that we had is no more, and that it's time for us to go our separate ways. I wished him well. I told him I didn't hate him, that I truly had love for him, but I knew that we had to part ways. To learn to speak out and speak up, that's, to me, is it's demonstrating the beginning of your healing, when you can actually stand up for yourself and do it in a respectful way. I have said my prayers. I have shown my gratitude. I have seen signs when I ask God to show me signs. And sometimes I still want to go back, but I know that it's not right for me. That sometimes when you get out of a bad relationship and you go back, it just gets worse. They think that they have you wrapped around your finger. They think, oh, if she leaves, she's going to come back. They think a lot of things. And, it's hard to say for, I can only speak on my life. So you have to, for yourself, is to journal how you feel, or to take time out to do your self-study so you can learn to be creative, and you can learn to find more joy in life. Just being single, being alone, living alone, you're not really alone. I have all of my ancestors around me, my grandparents, my parents, and I have siblings and cousins and aunties. And, I know that spiritually that they're all with me. So that's one of my dogs, so he's having a little shaking fit there. So I have been blessed to have my dog with me. He's been my companion. He has a very good sense about people. He knows that I love him. I show him that I love him every day. It's important for me to treat him so well because he's always there for me. When I leave him in the car, he's happy to see me. When I leave him at home and have to go run errands and he can't come with me, he's like rejoices when he hears the key go into the lock and the door opens and he sees me. And animals really know how to love. They know how to be committed. They know a good thing when they have it. Okay, so regarding my dog Tombo, I cut up chicken and I cut up jerky, and sometimes I add salmon in there. Sometimes it's hamburger. Sometimes it's steak. Sometimes it's I'm trying to think what else. Pork. I feed him really well, and he knows that God willing, that until the day he dies, I'm going to do my best to take care of him. So when you just look at an animal and you show so much care, people can see that, and people could criticize you, or they could say, oh, well, I wouldn't spend that kind of money on an animal. I let them choose how they want to live and how they want to treat their animals. And I continue to love my dog. He's been with me for 12 years, since he was a puppy. And he's probably one of the best things that have happened to me. So, pray to God, pray to divine, pray to source, pray to the universe. Believe it. Believe that your prayers will be answered. Have faith, claim it as it's already done, and put your worries aside, because you can't pray and worry at the same time. They're counterproductive. So, and also begin to live the life that you want. Okay, if you want to be a millionaire, you can't, you can spend, you have to treat yourself well with whatever it is that you have coming in, but don't overdo it. Don't put all of your eggs in one basket. Don't, of course, unless it's God, okay? But I'm talking about material things in this world. People often judge you for what you have or what you don't have. And, Spirit has shut the mouths of many people who have come against me. And I did nothing but say, oh God, return to sender, or give them the same energy that they're giving me, or God, it's not my judgment, that's yours. And I keep trying to live my life as peaceful as I can. So, yes, begin to be the person that you want in your life, because your match, whoever you run into during the course of your life, is going to match your energy. So if you have some kind of maybe bad traits, that's what you're going to get. So you really have to work on yourself. You have to be the best version of you. So daily meditations. I take time to be thankful. I thank God for the hummingbird that lands on a little flagpole out in the backyard. I'm thankful for the vegetables that I'm growing, which is some squash and tomatoes, and I got some spices growing. And let's see, I got mint and basil and oregano and some kind of lemon something that supposed to be very beneficial. So I tried it one time. I washed it after I cut it off, the little stem, and then I cut it up and put it in some water and just let it sit, and I drank it. And it's supposed to help your digestive tract and that sort of thing. So make time for yourself. Do the things that you enjoy doing. Try something new, something you've been thinking about wanting to do, but you haven't done it yet. I recently received some gold leaf paper, so it's not real gold, but it'll do. I'm going to, I have some pine cones I collected, so I'm going to try to figure out how I'm supposed to put it on there. I think it's sort of cut, wet, and paste. It's like paper mache, I think. So, I have another note about journaling. Journaling's really important to do, because you can go back and say, darn, I remember 2 weeks ago, I prayed to God that I would get this newer car, and here it is. And that way you can give yourself a confirmation that those things that you prayed for have come in or are on their way in. And as well as, I've heard people say it's all due to me. I'm the one that did this. I'm the one that did that. And we have to remember it's our ancestors who are speaking to us, helping us, guiding us. And we're listening to our intuition. And God is sending us messages all the time. So we need to be very respondent to his request. If we are at the grocery store and maybe we bought a bag of oranges and we see a homeless person, it's not that hard to open up your bag of oranges and give him or her an orange. Those small things. God hears, sees, knows everything. He knows your heart. He knows that, basically you're either for him or against him. And I kind of heard it on another reading was the chosen ones, they have, 10 people against him, 40 people against him, 100 people against him, but they always come out on top. And If you believe you are chosen, then I know that you've had a lot of spiritual attacks, so you have to protect yourself. I was downstairs, so I was writing on some cards. So dive deep into your inner child, those things that hurt you from the past. Come to some acceptance so that you can take a lesson and you can move forward and you can leave it behind. The good things in your past, of course, you want to hold on to and you want to cherish it, but you also have to remember to acknowledge it from time to time. I try to acknowledge my ancestors who have passed away, and it's one of those things that I'm on Facebook. So on Facebook, I'm Marcia, Marcia, Peely, P like Peter, ILI, and I think it's really important to acknowledge your ancestors. I believe that when you die, you only take love with you. And I don't like to think about what bad people have to go through after they pass, because I feel like if I said, well, my dad murdered someone, so he's probably burning in hell right now. I mean, it is a fact my dad killed someone, but I would never say those words in a way that that's what I would believe or that's what I think that God did with him, because it's not my place to judge. And, regardless, my dad had inner child wounding that he never got to heal. He had a really tough life, and he paid his dues in prison, and he died the way he wanted to die. He had bone marrow cancer, and I actually was willing to get my bone marrow tested. If it matched, then I could save his life. But he said, I fought my whole life. I'm just ready to end it. And I was angry. And he was here in California, and I was in Delaware. But I was in California visiting him basically for the last time, and I was angry because he didn't want to fight for his life. And, I told him, I was like, well, just go drive off of a bridge then. And I left. But by the time I drove from here to LA and got on the plane and ended up in Philadelphia airport and got to, Delaware, I called him on the phone and I said, look, Dad, I have to respect the way that you want to go and that I love you. But that's the last conversation I had before he died. And it was actually a blessing that he didn't die while I was on the plane, because I'd forever regret saying those words to him. Okay, so dive deep, focus on yourself, your mind, body, and soul, healing, stability, and growth. Keep growing, keep learning. Never let anyone take those things that you've learned regarding your mind, body, and soul, and your healing, stability, and growth. Never allow anyone to take that away. Okay, so I just want to tell you one thing, because it's getting ready to end. I thank God for the opportunity to talk to all of you today, and I hope that what I disclosed with you today that you find helpful and you can get some healing out of it. God bless you all. I love you dearly. I'll see you next time.